I want to take a moment before I get into this video to tell you that if you are going through a challenge and you don't know how you are going to overcome this challenge, I want to tell you that I am here for you. And even though I may not be experiencing the same situation that you are currently going through, I've been through plenty of challenging situations in my life, and this is why I created this video. I want to make it clear that this video is not financial advice, it is not medical advice. I cannot guarantee you results. I am just explaining what I am going through and how I am using my frameworks and my ideas to overcome the challenges that I am currently experiencing. Most likely you clicked on this video because you're going through a challenging time in your life. The good news is people usually go through a very challenging time right before they get a huge breakthrough. And in this video, I'm going to share some tips with you about how you can take this challenge and you can turn it into fuel for your success. First, you're going to go to the bio of my YouTube channel and you are going to get the 24-hour Life Changer Guide, and you are also going to get the Dream Life Creator Guide. Both of these guides are free and they are going to explain to you exactly how to do this. So what inspired me to create these guides was the fact that I've been dealing with sciatica for the past 5 weeks, and this has been challenging for me. So I decided that I needed to create an emergency fund for myself because it's not getting better, and I need to make sure that if I do have healthcare costs that I can cover them. So I came up with an interesting idea on how I could take all of the projects that I am currently working on, I can unify them under my Dream Life Launch brand, and I can get out minimum viable products as fast as possible without sacrificing quality. So I came up with this idea because I thought of it like applying for a job. If you want to apply for a job, you don't just apply to work as a waitress or a waiter at one restaurant and then you don't apply anywhere else and you just wait to hear back from that restaurant. You don't do that. You put out as many applications as possible so that it increases your chances of you succeeding and you actually getting a job. So, for example, right now I am currently promoting my guide that I just recently published. I am writing a novel, I am writing a comic book, I am learning about jewelry design and surface pattern design. So I decided to write down a list of all the projects I was currently working on and then go through this list and see what was my fastest minimum viable products that I could create and publish immediately. So the next thing I decided to do was go through each project and see how long I could guess it would take me to finish these projects and at least get a minimum viable version of it out. So I decided that my novel was probably going to take me 20 hours to type out, but if I dictate it, it's going to take me way less time to do that. So I'll save a few hours just by dictating it. The second thing I decided to do was to look for contests that have short deadlines and that I can enter very quickly and that have cash prizes. And the third thing I decided to do was create a portfolio for my surface pattern designs and my jewelry designs. So if you wanted to do this yourself, what you would do is you would write down a list of income streams. You would first write down all of the skills you currently have or all of the projects you are currently working on. You would then write down a list of skills you think you could learn very, very fast, maybe in only a couple of hours or a couple of days. And then you would reorder this list to prioritize what products you can get out the quickest without sacrificing quality. The next most important step you cannot skip over is to take a guess on how long these products are going to take you to create and then put up for sale. Now you are going to block out the time you have to work on your project. So if you can only dedicate a few hours a day to one project, go ahead and do that. If you can dedicate a few hours to several projects, you can go ahead and do that. Just be careful you do not burn out or overwhelm yourself. So that is an example of how I am trying to create an emergency fund as quickly as possible while also releasing high quality products and adding value to the market. I am also advertising my future and current products through social media, and I am also pitching to podcast and YouTube channel interviews. And if you want to interview me, you can go to my bio and you can fill out the Google form that is called podcast interviews. So one really good example that I can give you of how people use their greatest challenges and their darkest moments to help others is through their personal brand and their founder stories. So most of the time, if you have heard of a personal brand, they have a story that is tied to a challenging time they have experienced, a trauma, an obstacle they had to overcome that ended up becoming the reason why they decided to create this business. You see this with entrepreneurs, you see this with singers, you see this with voice actors, with actors, you see this with a lot of famous people. A lot of them usually say, I was experiencing my darkest moment or my most challenging time right before a breakthrough happened, right before I landed the job, right before I landed that role, right before I entered a coaching program. You see this same pattern over and over and over again. So, for example, you can use this to create your brand story. You can use this to create a YouTube channel so you can help others through what you have gone through. You could use this to create a book. You can use this as fuel to help you go volunteer at organizations so you can share your story. You can share your story through articles online. There is a million ways that you can come up with to take this challenging time and use it to help others to improve their lives, to help others to know that they are not the only ones going through this, and to use it to succeed. So if you know of any stories of famous people who were going through a tough time and then they had their big breakthrough, you can comment that down below. You can also comment the challenge you are experiencing, how you are navigating it, and how this video is helping you to navigate that challenge. So while I was filming this, I had the idea to maybe do a collaborative project where everybody shares their story of how they took a challenging time or a trauma or something hard that they went through, and they share their stories. I'm not sure what exactly this is going to be yet. If you would be interested in seeing something like this, you can comment down below interested. I may end up actually doing this idea. This is very stream of consciousness thinking, but I just thought maybe what I'll do is I have a community on this YouTube channel. One way I'm going to do this collaborative project is I'm going to post what I just asked you to comment, and I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel. You guys are going to be able to post your stories all on my YouTube channel, and then I am also going to post a link to a video that talks about the movie Scream and how the screenplay writer wrote it and how he was facing a challenging time, because I love that movie and I just love the behind the scenes story about it. So I'm also going to post that in that post too, so check that out. Okay, so go to my YouTube bio, get the Google Docs that I mentioned, go through them, take the time to fill them out, really think about the questions as you answer them. And then if it helped you, you can post your experiences with using the guides in my YouTube community. So I created this video and these guides and these free challenges just to show people that you are not alone, that you can overcome what looks to be like a situation that is trapping you, like a situation that you cannot overcome. You have the power to overcome it. You have the power to find solutions to it, and you are definitely not alone if you're going through a challenging time. I'm sure all of us right now are experiencing a challenging time in one way or another. So thank you for watching this video. Subscribe if you found this content valuable, and I will see you in the next video.